Shavua Tov. Welcome to the new week. Here, outside of DC, there's actually some more sunshine than we had last Sunday when the America-Israel Friendship League launched this series of webinars from the homes of people around the United States and Israel. Today, we're going to start our session together with some personal movement and healing exercises, which I think we can all use to start this week. In a moment, I'm going to turn this over to our co-instructors, Yuval from Tel Aviv and Beth from Connecticut, who just met virtually this last week and agreed immediately to collaborate and create an opportunity for virtual community, for some improvisation and innovation, and most importantly, for some healing. For everyone who's on this call, whether you're on Zoom or Facebook, we'll ask you momentarily to use your chat function to send us a single word about how you're feeling at this very moment and that you are willing to share. Give that some thought and grab your closest device and your water bottle or whatever before we start our movement. For everyone that's on Facebook, I'd ask that you please turn on your watch party button so that other friends can join us live as well and know that this is an open forum. Now, as I said, with one word, we'd love if you could let us know how you are feeling right now. We will ask you again at the end of the second part of the session that's led by Beth. So please just, if you're comfortable with that, just one word for sharing now. I'll pause for a second. I won't share all the words: experience, happy, tired, empowered. Thank you all. Isolated, open. These are important and different feelings that we're all going through. I'm now going to turn over the screen for about the next 20 minutes to Yuval in Tel Aviv, who's then going to pass the screen on to Beth before we convene again at the very end to conclude our session together. So Yuval, take it away.
Hey, I'm very grateful to meet you all, even if I cannot really see all of you, but I'm very excited. So I'm here in Israel, looking to you. And I built some nice flow to open our heart and feel more energized, more calm and stable. And I hope that you can feel that inner light that is existing in each one of us. So let's start and find your sitting pose, a comfortable one. If you need to sit on a block or put a blanket under, then you can use it. And I invite you to close your eyes and just start to find the connection to your breathing and your heartbeat. Start to scan your body, and if there's any tense in any organs or muscle, then just by noticing that, allow your exhale to release everything. So release your shoulders, soften your breath deeply. And I invite you to come for this journey, this practice with me and Beth. While you're ready to accept and not expect nothing. So if you feel any bad sensation or things that are not that's supposed to feel good, if you feel that something isn't that good, so it's fine, just let it be. And by this flow, I hope that will make it feel better. So slowly Without any forcing, try to expand more your rib cage to all directions. Deepen your and soften your breath. Find the difference between each inhale and every exhale. Allow yourself to feel the connection between your breathing and between your heartbeats. And now, take both of your hands together and try to lift more your torso and make it longer spine. And we take together one inhale through our nose, and in every exhale, let your lungs be empty, and if there's any tense, let it be released. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let's have a sound. Inhale. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Let it be expressed. Inhale. Exhale. No one can hear you. Just do it. Inhale. Exhale. Now slowly just allow yourself to open your eyes very softly while you still can pay attention to the sensation in your inner body. And we'll take both of our hands to our knees. Inhale, let's open and puff our chest out. Exhale, let's circle in. Look to your navel. Inhale, look upward. Find the movement, a nice movement of the flow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stay up. And then slowly start to do some circles. It doesn't matter which side you decide to start with, because we're anyway going to make the other one also. Let your breathing, your breath guide you. So every inhale, you can open something, and every exhale, you can release something. Release your head with all the thoughts, all the disturbing thoughts. And to the other side. Make it yours. So if your body asks for something different, then do it. Just do it. Now, slowly, we're taking both of our hands together, and we'll do, I know that I cannot hear you all for all the not that nice noise that we can hear, but I want you to do with me a nice Om, which will reconnect us to the opportunity for we have to create new things in every moment, every single moment during this practice and during every moment in our life. So inhale to Om. Okay, so now we can start. Let's move to a knee sitting and make sure that you are flexing your toes. So tuck your toes and include even your tiny fingers. Yes. Inhale. So we want to start with a nice hug of self-love. So inhale, let's open up both of our hands. Exhale, let's have a nice hug. Inhale, open. Exhale. Find more space. Exhale. Each time find more movement and illuminate with your inner love. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Now do as you take off the shorts. Inhale, just open. Okay. So now we do some circles to open our shoulders, and because our hands, all our doing in our life is reflected by our hands, and we want to remember that we always want to do from our heart, when we connect to ourselves, then I want you to really warm up nicely. So let's bring some tension for that. So let's start with our right hand. So inhale, open it out, maybe bend it a bit, and try to look all the way, all the movement, look at your hand. If you want, you can also add an extending of your glutes. Inhale, exhale. You don't have to, just do what is right for you right now. Inhale, exhale. Last time, stay there even if you are here. Just stay and just breathe and try maybe open more to the ceiling. Find the breathing and the energy flows towards your body. And let's do it to the other side. So inhale, maybe we'll do it just there. And if you want, you can add a bend and make it bigger. Try to look all the way on your hand. Inhale, 5 more like this. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Imagine that each time that you're bending, you feel the heart really want to share its love, unconditional love. Okay. So now, this is yoga, by the way. That's her name. She's very cute. So now we're doing some of the modification to sun salutation. It's not exactly, but the meaning is to open our heart and feel more energetic. So she knows where's the best area to be. So let's start with a movement in a tabletop position and just bring some circles and flow and do it your way. Release your head. Make your breath be your own symphony to guide you through the movement. And to the other side. And open your fingers very wide so you can really feel every cell, every part in your body becomes more alive. Okay. So let's start in Balasana, child pose. We're just sitting on our heels with our glutes. Release your head down and just hear your own breath and let it be. This is a great opportunity to connect with your inner child. Yeah. So it means that we have no expectations and we have lots of love to give, and we're always happy of what we have and grateful. Okay, from here we're coming back to tabletop position. We've just been there. Tap your toes, and we're moving on to first downward facing dog. So we extend our legs, and you can bend it a bit because it's the first one. Usually we're not warmed up enough. So you can move, bring some movement for that downward facing dog. And all the way right now, we're shifting forward, all the way to a plank pose. And now look forward and think a bit, circle back your shoulders and open your chest up. Okay, bend your knees, put it on the floor, and let's come back again to a child pose position. We'll do it quicker with our breath. So take an inhale to a tabletop position. Exhale, plant your feet down, downward facing dog. Floating dog, shift all the way, open your chest, inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, put it on the floor, and child pose. Let's add something. So inhale, we're coming up all the way, open our chest up. Exhale, all the way to Balasana, child pose. Inhale, shifting forward, tabletop, flex your toes, downward facing dog in exhale. Inhale, floating dog, look forward, open your chest up, extend your legs, bend your knees, put it on the floor, and again, Balasana. Inhale, open up, we're standing on our knees, exhale through the center line, all the way to Balasana. Inhale, shift forward, downward facing dog, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, floating dog, look forward all the way and open your chest up, illuminate with your inner sun. Exhale, bend your knees, Balasana, child pose. Last time, inhale, open up. Exhale, all the way down, closer to child pose. Look forward, tabletop, tuck your toes, exhale, downward facing dog. We're floating forward to a floating dog, so shift forward, open up. And coming back again. Just rest a bit. Make sure that you're still breathing in the same organic rhythm of being relaxed. And feel that nice energy and the sensation of it, which feels quite good. Feel the joy that enters to your body. Okay, from here we're coming again to downward facing dog. Flex your toes, extend to downward facing dog. Now reach up with your right leg, so stand up. Make sure that your hips are parallel. Bend your heel and put it next to your glutes. And now start to circle. Make some nice circles to open. Make sure that you activate with your hands the doing, which connect to your heart. Now shift all the way forward and set your feet next to your hands. Oh, your foot, sorry. Inhale, so open up with your hands. Exhale, tuck your back leg, your toes, and then extend your knee. Again, inhale, coming down. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale, stay there with the extended leg, and then open all your torso up. We're coming up. Lift your hands up and interlace both of your hands together. Open up your chest. And exhale, you can lay on your thigh or maybe inside. It's a bit challenging. Release your head down. You just stay there for 2 breaths in. And then slowly take both of your hands through the mat and close the back leg through the first leg, the front one. Bend your right leg and go all the way up. Yes. Now slowly stand it again, back, up. Now we are on the other leg, on the left leg, so we are bending down. And open the chest up. Exhale, extend your back knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, take both of your hands to the mat. We're coming to downward facing dog. Let's do the same with the other leg. So inhale, let's open our left leg up. Lift it up. Bend your knee and make some circles. Yes, to bring some movement. Make sure that you're still breathing, yes? Now shift all your weight forward and set that leg in the front of the mat. Bend your knee. Inhale, open your chest up. Exhale, extend your back leg. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Find that joy there, where you can find a nice energy. Inhale. Last time. Exhale. Stay there with the extended leg and just your torso coming up all the way. Raise up. Inhale. And interlace 10 fingers together. Open your chest up. Exhale. All your weight shifts forward. All your torso. Release your head down. Just hear the sound of your breath, your own breath. Take both of your hands through the mat and then close to the front. Now we're lifting the other leg. We're lifting the left leg up. And slowly we stand it back all the way. Yes. So put your back knee on the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Extend. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale from your nose. Exhale. Stay there for 1 second. And then release your hand down. Take both of your legs together. We're coming all the way before I hand it on to Beth. We're coming on the way to Malasana. Yes. So if you cannot touch the floor, so you can be here on your heels. Yes, with your heels up. Inhale, open your chest up. Find a longer spine. And release your head down. And very slowly, we're rolling up. All the way up, we're rolling our spine. Inhale. Exhale. So I'm very grateful for seeing you all and meet you all. And I would like, I hope that my the practice with me help you to find your inner light and the unconditional love and bring you some joy. And I would like to end with a quote that we have, which I really like. Thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. So I hope that the happiness that you feel, the confidence and the love can be shared with everyone in your environment and even around the world. So thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much, Yuval.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're going to shift for a moment now. My name is Beth, and I am really grateful to lead you in a practice called grief yoga. And so this is a practice where we use movement, breath, and sound as a way to release struggle and reconnect back to love. So we are really, what I'm noticing collectively is all going through some type of trauma and grief. And so my intention with this practice is to create a space here together virtually where we can release some of that and express some of those emotions together. So what I'm going to ask you to do is actually there's going to be a point in our practice where I will ask you if you choose to unmute yourselves. We're going to put our voices together, but that's only by choice. And just know that during this practice, again, full permission to do as you choose. If you want to lay down the whole time, that's beautiful. Please know your own body. And I just ask you to be guided from your heart. So please go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. And if you're not okay closing your eyes, just gaze down. Take a big breath in through your nose and exhale with a sigh. And I invite you now to think about somebody in your heart, somebody either who has passed, somebody who you love dearly, who you may be missing, or perhaps you think about somebody in your life who may be struggling right now. And see this person happy and content. And I invite you now, if you're comfortable, to say this person's name out loud. Ben. So hold this person, and maybe it's even yourself, in your heart. Take a moment to set an intention, whether if it's for this other person or for yourself. And in grief, we often feel emotions connected to perhaps overwhelm or stress or worry. And with Yuval, we already warmed up our bodies. But just imagine for a moment, and if you want to move along for just another few minutes, just to any way that your body feels comfortable, maybe it's twisting side to side, and just I'm going to invite you to start bringing in some of those challenging emotions. We're going to use this as an opportunity today to tap into some of those feelings and start to notice where they show up in your body. So perhaps it's bring your arms up over your head into a big inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. You can continue with this movement. Maybe you'd like to inhale and on your exhale, twist to one side. Give yourself permission to move in any way that you feel guided right now. Just for a few more breaths. Maybe it's opening and closing. Find what works for you right now. But again, inviting you to tap into anything, any emotions that you may experience connected to grief, connected to trauma, connected to the experience that we are collectively in right now. And take a few more breaths on your own, noticing what's showing up. Maybe rotating your neck around in one direction and then in the other. Rolling your shoulders forward and back. Beautiful. And then we're going to come to a standing pose together. And this is the time where I'm going to invite you to turn your mute button off, if you choose, just as a way to bring our voices together. So what we're gonna move through now is a way to express some of these emotions. Again, I promise you, I'm not gonna keep you here long, but we are gonna work through this together. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is something called throwing away the struggle. So you bend your knees softly. I'm gonna demonstrate for you, and then at home you can join along, but this is where I'm gonna ask you to tap into. We're gonna release any of that disappointment, any of the dreams that you feel like you've had to let go of, and you're gonna take an inhale, bring your arms up, and exhale with a loud ha! Inhale up, ha! Inhale up, release anything behind you, ha! Stay with it. Inhale up, ha! A few more, ha! 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 Come back, shake it out, beautiful job. Sometimes it's really important to tap into those feelings of maybe anger or fear. In this next exercise, it's an opportunity to use, again, movement, breath, and sound. Take this option to literally punch it out. So you're gonna inhale, bring your fist together at your heart. On your exhale, punch as fast as you can, holding your breath until you can't hold anymore. And then bring your arms, your fist back to your heart, release. Inhale, breathing into any of that fear, any of that frustration, punching it out. Hold your breath, hold your breath. When you can't hold anymore, bring your hands back to your heart and breathe and continue this pattern, punching anything out that you don't need. Any anger, any fear. And can you do this from a place of empowerment, and then bring your fist back a few more times. Bring your hands back to your heart and release, shake it out, shake it out. Maybe you move your body around a little bit. This next exercise is called the windmill, and this is all related to releasing any tension and any overwhelm. I don't know about you, but during these times, there's a lot of overwhelm, there's some tension in my body, and so one way to release this is bring your arms all the way out to the side, taking a big breath in, and on your exhale, release, let it go to the opposite foot. And if you want, you can release it with a ha! 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 Put your voice in, let it go. Ha! 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 And pause, release, shake it out, beautiful job. So often in times of trauma or of struggle, we can often feel like we're caged in. And right even now, it's like people just want to get out. They don't want to feel like they are held up. And we can feel that in our body and in our breath. So one way to release that is you bring your hands, your fists together by your heart, and you can bend your knees a little bit if you want. Take a big breath in, and on your exhale, ha! 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 See how loud you can get. Ha! Breaking free of any of those chains that are keeping you held back. Where can you find any freedom within? Ha! 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 Stay with it. A few more. Ha! 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 And pause, release, shake it out, shake it out. And again, remember, I'm not going to keep you here all that long, but know that it's important to move these feelings through so they don't stay with us. Beautiful. I'm going to ask you to come back down and have a seat. I'd like you to take a look down in front of you. And please just imagine that there is almost like a garden, but that is filled with weeds. And I invite you to use this opportunity to imagine these weeds as some of the should-haves, the if-onlys, any of the doubts, and visualize this in front of you. And you can take your hand and picture literally digging into the dirt. And if you want, close your eyes. And then on an exhale, releasing it behind you. And continue doing this. Ha. Breathing in, digging into anything, any doubts, any what ifs. If only had you done something one way, letting any of that go, any guilt, stay with it. Just a few more. And then go ahead and pause and take a look in front of you. And just notice what you see. And ask yourself, maybe if there are any seeds that you could plant there. What can grow out of this experience, out of some of the pain and the struggle? Now I ask you to close your eyes for a moment and bring awareness to where some of that pain lives in your body, where this struggle has been sitting. And go ahead and place your hands on that part of your body. Maybe it's your shoulders, your belly, your back, your head. And just breathe. Just pause and breathe. And let yourself, your most loving part of yourself, witness where you've been holding this. Can you send light into some of these areas that may feel a little bit dark? And then releasing your hands, just begin to tap lightly right by your heart. Tap lightly and offer yourself some words of loving encouragement. And I invite you to say these out loud. And maybe it is, I am strong. I can do this. I am loving. I am peace. Whatever comes to your heart, affirm that that is true. Take a big breath in through your nose and exhale it out your mouth. And release your hands down by your sides. And I invite you to bring your palms together, your pinky fingers together, almost like a bowl, and place your hands in front of you. And I'd like you to picture right beneath you, right in front of you, that there is a bowl. And in this bowl is divine golden energy, or divine light, divine water. And just imagine dipping your hands into this bowl, raising it up, and blessing yourself, starting with the crown of your head, falling down by your third eye, by your lips, your throat, your heart, by your belly. And continue one more time, just blessing yourself with pure golden light energy. Taking this time to connect with yourself, to connect with those of us that are in this virtual loving space together, maybe to connect with spirit or something greater than yourself. And then bring your arms out to the side, almost like wings of an angel. And on an inhale, open up your heart, open up your arms. And on your exhale, round your back. Bring your arms forward. And let this flow, this moving meditation, be super nourishing and sweet. Opening the front door of your heart and opening the back door of your heart. And as you practice this, perhaps you feel your angels in front of you, behind you, beside you, even within you, going at your own pace. Often in times of struggle, people have an agenda of how fast or slow we should be doing things. Give yourself permission to make this your own. Beautiful. Stay with it just a little bit longer. You're doing beautifully. And then bring your arms just in front of you. Give yourself a really gentle, sweet, sweet hug. Releasing your hands down by your sides and gently rolling onto your back. Taking your time to get here. And once you're on your back, bring your soles of your feet as wide as your mat. Bending at your knees. And just taking a gentle twist. So sending your knees over to the right and gazing over to your left. Coming back through center. Releasing your knees to the left and gazing to your right. And then hug your knees into your chest. And lengthen your legs out long. So your legs are long in front of you. And your arms are down by your sides. So your palms open in a space of receiving. So we're going to take just a moment here of quiet, of our virtual Shivasana. And my invitation is for you to receive, to restore. So it's going to be quiet for just a moment, but I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right here. And I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Please start to bring awareness back into your breath. Start to bring movement back into your body, back into the room. So wiggle your fingers and your toes. And hugging your knees into your chest. You can rock side to side and making your way back up to a seated pose and back to facing the computer or your phone. And please bring your palms together at your heart. Thank you so much for sharing yoga with us today. I wish you peace in your body, in your heart, and your mind. May the light of my heart shine to the light of your heart. Namaste.
Thank you, Beth and Yuval. Namaste. Thanks very much for leading us through this exercise and this beautiful cross-continental experience together. You've been so gracious to create this healing space together at a time when people both near and far are suffering, fearful, and in various stages of isolation and trauma, certainly. For those of you that are willing, please share one word now on chat so that we can create a virtual word cloud today of what this community is experiencing and going through. We're grateful for your ability to come together and to share whatever is helpful for you, whether it's privately or with this entire community that was created for. As in a studio class, we also want to give you the opportunity to chat or ask some questions with the instructors. I glanced and saw there are already some questions that have come through, but we'll certainly be gracious to Beth and Yuval continue to give you that opportunity afterwards. We also wanted you to know, and for those of you that like to finish your practice after that moment of Shivasana, please feel free to go about the routines of the day, and we're glad that you could join us for this period of time. On the idea of gratitude, we very much recognize that we also have privileges being able to come together with broadband and with technology to be able to experience this today as part of our community building efforts of the Friends in Deeds campaign that we announced last Sunday on our webinar. I want to share that last week we made the first $500 donation of Israeli foods and treats that were given to a group called the Community Against Hunger in Brooklyn that operates on Fulton Street. And this week, we identified through our partnership with Repair the World, which operates in a number of different cities in the United States, an organization called Concrete Jungle in Southwest Atlanta, which is going through some real challenging times with their families. And so we will be sending our next gift of gratitude of treats and foods from Israel to bring some smiles and relief to these people. We're grateful to both of these organizations and our partner Repair the World, who are very much on the front lines of dealing with food insecurity around the country. Each week, we're asking our friends and partners in this community building exercise to help identify in your own local communities where there are needs, where we can contribute these weekly donations. So you see on your screen our various addresses where you can submit a nomination. Now, for those of you with questions and that you'd like to pose directly to Yuval or Beth or both, if you could send those in right now. By the way, some of the comments for those of you I see on the Zoom screen: calm, better, release, thanks, this is serene. So first of all, to our instructors, I think a great gratitude of thanks has already been generated from this time together, and the recognition that we need a different kind of silence in our isolation, a way to be whole and present with ourselves. Melanie is asking, might you be able to schedule another class? So good to know that the idea has caught on, and that at a minimum, we're generating a great deal of appreciation for this moment. Beth, why don't I just start with you to ask, you know, what first of all, have you ever co-led a yoga class, and what was that experience like for you? I've only been with a single yoga instructor, and Yuval, I'll ask the same question to you, but maybe Beth, you can start.
No, I've never co-led a yoga class before, not on Zoom for sure. I've taught before with other people, but Yuval is a beautiful practice, and it was really sweet just to connect throughout the week and to share this way. What I've come to really realize over the years, and especially now, is just that even through experience that's virtual, just the connection that you can feel is really profound. So I loved co-teaching with Yuval on Zoom across the world.
Yuval, what was the experience like for you? I know it's nighttime there. Has the sun gone down in Israel yet? Oh, Yuval, I think you're on mute.
Am I? I think you can hear me, isn't it?
Now I can.
Can
Yeah.
you?
Yes.
Yes. So I was very excited because usually it's not my first time on Zoom, because here I'm guiding my students here in Israel in Hebrew, but usually I used to speak in English during my class, and because I was so excited, sometimes it was very hard for me, but I hope that you understood everything most. And it was a very special opportunity for me to be with you, and I'm very glad to share this space and this class with Beth. She's an amazing yoga teacher, and I really like to speak with her and to see her. She's a very good inspiration for me. And thank you all. Thank you all for let it happen, or make it happen.
Well, I appreciate that, and having watched the two of you interact over the course of the week before in preparation for this, I also appreciate that, given that you have different practices, that you needed, in order for this to have worked, you needed a common language, and you had a common language, and you were able to really, I think, bring that together from the very first moment that you both were so graciously said yes, and we'll figure out the details after. You could have easily said, but I play music, which both of you normally do, or have music in the background, and any other limitation that might have prevented us from enjoying the time together that presumably technology will figure out a way to overcome at some point anyway. But I think it was really a great testament to a lot of people at this time who are opening their hearts and opening their minds to how do you say yes? How do you create a better situation than the one that we're currently in, with all the anxiety and fear that we're experiencing individually and collectively? You know, I did want everyone to know, you know, we brought this together just literally in the course of the past week, based on an understanding that people in their homes are feeling trapped, do need outlets. Some of that is physical, some of that's emotional, some of that's intellectual, some of it's logistical. The American Israel Friendship League is very much aiming to be responsive to that. We can only make a small dent in that, but we think that there's a lot can happen by bringing together the synergies between people in different cultures and different backgrounds at this moment of need. You should know that we will be continuing to run webinar series that are both informative sometimes and hopefully restorative at other times. And maybe in some cases like this, a little bit of both. This Tuesday at noon, we're going to convene again to hear from leading experts in Israel and the United States on the public health innovations and strategies that are helping deal with the crisis at the very front lines in hospitals and with healthcare workers. And we'll be looking for other opportunities using music and song and dance and movement as this crisis is continuing. And we'll look for your feedback on what's most helpful and useful to you. So thanks for joining us this week. Thanks especially to Yuval and Beth, and to all of the Eiffel team in Chicago and New York, around the country. We're grateful to spend a little time together, and stay tuned. And we'll continue to provide programming and activities for families, for individuals, for people in isolation. And we look forward to continuing to build this strong community and sharing our gratitude with others. Many thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Namaste.